Hello everybody, it is I, You2Cool, back again, and today I'm going to be reviewing Stripped Kabuto. First released in 2010, number 34 in the Cars Tunes mainline. He was a single, and that's pretty much his entire history. This guy was never re-released afterwards, which is a real shame. Stripped Kabuto is one of the most fun items the diecast line ever made. And he's one I've wanted for a little bit of a while, I think since 2023. He's one of those items I didn't know existed until I went back into cars collecting, like, full time. But, Kabuto, like, Stripped Kabuto is just such a unique concept for an item. He's so, like, just... Alright, let me reel back here. This is Kabuto after he, makes good on the bet he made with Tokyo Mater. Or, I mean, I guess it's just Mater, but he's from the short Tokyo Mater, where the loser, the one who doesn't make it to Tokyo Tower first, would have all of his modifications, taken off, hence the stripped part of the name. Stripped for parts, technically. And that's the main draw of this item, is that it is just, what Kabuto looked like before he became, modified. Because, tuners, they're modified cars. That's kind of the whole point. They have all these crazy design features on them. Now, one thing of note is, since Kabuto is the same model as Boost, that technically means that this is what Boost would look like as a normal car. I don't have Boost, unfortunately. I would really love to compare Boost to Stripped Kabuto. Yeah, that'd be nice. Stripped Kabuto is just one of the coolest items ever made. Or I guess not one of the coolest. Like, objectively, the whole point is that he's basic. But I think that, I don't know, there's sort of simplistic beauty to this item, Starting off with the face, it is screen accurate. This is, like, a perfect recreation of the face he makes when he's about to burst into tears because, he's just this now. This Kabuto is kind of the equivalent of those, like, memes people have been doing recently where they kind of just edit, like, the characters to be more basic, like the man meme, for Batman. I'm sorry I made that comparison, but that's just immediately what I thought of. I can't really describe how else this really looks. That's just what it reminds me of the most. So he does have these big headlights. I don't know if Kabuto's headlights are smaller or no. I don't know, the diecast doesn't have actual headlights. It has this. I haven't looked at Kabuto in a while. His eyes are the same color. Good. Kabuto's kind of known for having weird color issues. His wheels are completely inaccurate. One day they'll make an accurate Kabuto. I was gonna point out in Cars 2, his eyes are brown. That's a really weird, like, inaccuracy or, like, weird incongruent detail. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. But yeah, Kabuto, his eyes are the same. They're definitely a lot bigger. In fact, you can tell the windshield is a lot bigger. That's because his visor is missing. So that's what it's supposed to look like. That is, like, really strange. That's the equivalent of, like, having your glasses, like, half on. That looks really odd. Now, this is a Thailand Kabuto. I do have a China Kabuto, but I'm currently not using it anymore. It's like old and I'm not using it anymore. It's in a parts bin somewhere. But yeah, you can see his mirrors are the same. He kept his mirrors, I guess. So yeah, his intake is gone. The, the fenders are gone. Like, it's really interesting comparing these two items and, like, seeing how much of Kabuto is just completely gone now. Like, really see how stripped down he became. I can't talk tonight. Yeah, his intake is gone too. Like, they really took a lot of his stuff. They took all of his stuff. I think that's sort of the point. Here are his wheels. I think they're similar to another car. I think they're similar to Axle Accelerator. I think so. I'm not sure. I checked just to be sure. They're kind of similar, but kind of not at the same time. They kind of look like saw blades. I really like how it looks, though. I like that from, like, any other angle, this can just be a normal car. This is a really good, just basic car design. This Kabuto, I think I used for an OC. I saw a prototype of this Kabuto that had the Ninja Star wheels from the, ninjas, and I thought that was really sick. So I made a custom OC. His name is Jato. Maybe I'll post him sometime. I like that I make non-racer OCs. I feel like we do too many like Piston Cup racer OCs. We should really do something more interesting with it. So yeah, as you can see, he's just a regular coupe. You know, one model, one door. The back is the most interesting part here. So Kabuto, being a tuner, does not have a license plate. This is because he doesn't want to, be tracked. Now this part is actually slightly different between the regular Kabuto and the stripped version here. I got this guy for $15, by the way. So yeah, stripped Kabuto is pretty good. And of course, his exhaust pipe is very, very tiny. Yeah, that's probably the funniest detail about this, is that even Kabuto has, like, a fake exhaust pipe. I think that the point that I get from Kabuto is that this is a man who is, like, way too try-hard. You know, he tries so hard to put on this bravado, this image of I'm the coolest. But no, he's just a guy with a tiny little exhaust pipe. Same as, like, I don't know, anyone else. I really like the shade of gray on this car. I think it's a really good shade of gray. Yeah, it's pretty much everything. Hold on, let me see. Which side do I show the base? Hold on. Let me check. There we go. 3, I believe it says 3230 EAA MI. Made in China. Yeah, Strip Kabuto is one of those, just like, I don't know how to describe him. Again, he's just kind of he's like a simply nice diecast. You know, he's not extravagant like the regular Tokyo Mater. You know, he's just boring, but I like him for that. I'd say the most similar car to him would probably be Revni Grande. I think these are probably the most similar looking items. I don't know, he's such a unique item. There isn't really anything quite like Stripped Kabuto in the diecast line. You know what's funny is that technically both him and Mater get stripped down, kind of. Because, you know, during the short, Mater starts falling apart more and more, and eventually he's like this. So it's kind of funny to think about the fact that technically both lost most of their modifications. And I think that's cool. I like that. Difference is Mater is actually a good sport about it, whereas, you know, Kabuto was just really mean the entire time. So, if you ever think you're higher than anyone else, watch out, or you'll be on the same level as Stripped Kabuto here. So yeah, not much more to say. I hope you all enjoy the review, and I shall see you all around. Bye-bye!